You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Keeping Up with the Kardashians After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Keeping Up with the Kardashians After Show.
Woo! Well, hello, AfterBuzz fans. Hi. First off, Bing is for doing Bing. And just want to warn you, you don't need to adjust your television, or not your television, but your computer. Yes, I am channeling Nicki Minaj, and I'll tell you why in 2 seconds. But you are watching the after show for Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and I know you missed us last week, so that's why we're here this week for a very juicy update. And before we get to it, I want to introduce my lovely co-host for today. And actually, we've got, also you don't need to adjust because you're going to see that Giselle is from, why can't I talk today?
I do not know what's going on over
You're
there.
going to see that Giselle is from The Real Housewives of New Jersey, but she's actually here with us today because
Heyo.
Pamela and Adria cannot be here.
Yay, Giselle.
Hey there. So
Yay.
it is Giselle Ugarte here, or some of my party people out there might know me by my alter ego, Kim No Last Name. Yeah, it's true. No, I guarantee you there's some men out there that have me in their phones under Kim No Last Name. We're too drunk to notice that I was totally lying.
And why is that, Giselle?
Because if they're drunk enough with their beer goggles, they might confuse me as
With Kim K.
somebody else. But, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
I
that
can totally
resemblance.
see
a little bit.
And seated next to you is who?
I'm Susan Hahn, a.k.a. Vanessa.
Vanessa Six.
Vanessa.
Pretty woman.
I'm a Russian spy today.
Yes.
I can see you wearing that home to hubby.
Can you really?
Looks good.
Oh, no,
I
I don't
like it.
I don't role play.
Especially with the lipstick. It's
Oh,
great.
thanks.
You don't role play? Is that what you just said? That's a whole nother
Exactly.
issue.
I mean,
I'll role play.
whatever floats your boat.
Anyway, all right, AfterBuzz TV fans. So the reason why we're all decked out in wigs and I'm channeling Nicki Minaj and
Minus me, all natural.
and
This
Giselle
ain't
is
no
channeling
weave.
Kim Kardashian and
I am a
lovely
Russian
Susan
spy.
is channeling a Russian spy is because this episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians is aptly called Everybody's Wigging Out. And if you watched it, which we hope that you did, Kim, she channels lots of different people herself. She's wearing lots of different wigs, so we thought we would jump on the wig train and entertain you with a new look for the day. But before we get started on breaking down the episode, we want to remind you guys to check out iTunes, rate us, make comments, tell your friends, talk about it at the water cooler.
Download us.
Download us.
Subscribe to us.
Subscribe to the
Tweet
podcast.
us.
Tweet us. YouTube us. We listen
Call
to
me,
it
maybe?
all. Yeah, we love it, you know, and without
I
you,
love that song.
there would be no us. So without further ado, let's dig into this episode.
Let's go, ladies.
Well,
See if we can keep up.
Yes. So first of all, the episode starts out with little old Rob. He's trying to leave the nest. He's looking for a place to buy all of his own, and it's a really hard thing for him. He's
he's
deferring to
growing
the
up.
family. I mean, he's 25, so
Yeah.
he's grown. He's up.
Yeah, he's grown.
So how do you guys feel about the way his methods of trying to find a new place?
I think he should have gotten some more help from Bruce because
Yeah.
Bruce says he's bought lots of houses. Lots
So
of
many
them.
houses.
So many houses.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think one thing that is a little interesting to me is that, yes, he's 25. He doesn't still really have a direction as to where he's going. So I'm curious to know where this budget is coming from. Because, yes, he has a lot of money right now. I suppose if he wanted to stick with the nest and, you know, keep on milking Kris
Right.
later on in life, he is always going to have, like, the security of someone.
Yeah.
But, like, where is this kid going to get the money from down the line? Because I don't know how much longer Keeping Up with the Kardashians is
Well,
gonna last.
the budget right now is he's getting a paycheck from being on the
course,
show,
right,
you know,
right.
and Chloe and Lamar. So
Dancing with the Stars,
Right.
Chloe and Lamar.
But
and
I'm saying,
plus
like,
his
down the
father.
line, you know?
Right. Well, I think that's his thing. Is he lives in his sister's shadows. He has what, five sisters,
Right.
And they're all working, even the little ones. And you know, I've never really, you know, Rob's never done anything wrong in my eyes so far. I think he's always been super neutral,
Right. Love.
really cool kid.
He has the best education out of all of them.
Exactly.
He went to USC, if I
Like
know.
you.
Hey.
Right.
However, I think he totally disregards Bruce's attempt to be there and to be a father figure. And
let's talk about that.
I was kind of hurt for Bruce.
I was
you know?
really hurt. Well, because I think basically we were like 2-3 episodes in, and so far we have seen where Bruce has really been feeling like he doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares about his opinion. And I think here goes another episode where he's getting that same type of treatment from the family.
Right.
And I agree with you, Giselle. My heart hurt for Bruce when he was just saying, "Oh, I don't value his opinion, and I don't have any father figure there. There's nobody there for me." Ouch. Talk about some scathing words.
Right.
You know?
I mean, I agree. I think, his mom, Kris Jenner, is such a strong woman that he just automatically kind of turns to her like, okay, she's bought so many houses. He trusts her. And
Right.
I mean, you know what? At the end, it was cleared up. I think Rob did not mean for it to come out that way. And I'm glad that they cleared up that issue. But that's kind of Bruce. Bruce is just...
Okay, here's my thing. Bruce has been in his life since he was, 3 years old? That's what Kris was saying.
Yeah.
So virtually, I mean, that's a long time. And for him to have been in his life for 3 years, like that's, he was his father along with his real dad. And especially when his real dad passed away, then that he really stepped in as a father figure. So for him to diss him like that,
Yeah.
I hate
but
to
you
use
know what
it,
Giselle was saying? He's so lost. He doesn't know what he wants to do, where he's going. I know he has like a little sock line in the works,
We are dogging that song line left and right. I'm sorry, Rob.
I think it could work for the time being.
I think so,
Personally, I think
too.
more women will buy socks for their boyfriends from Rob's line versus like guys going after Rob. But, it's like with how busy Kris has been over the last couple of years, you would think that Rob would appreciate Bruce a little bit more because he's the one who's around and living in the house. And I don't know if maybe he just finds Bruce irrelevant because Bruce received all of his fame and fortune from a talent.
Well, that and including Kris. Kris walks all over Bruce. Bruce is kind of
we're gonna get
we
to that
forget that
soon.
Bruce was like the root of this family, and
Right.
he's definitely taken a back seat. But I think Rob is just more comfortable turning to his mom. She's a strong businesswoman. We can say whatever we want about this.
I agree.
This chick,
She
but
absolutely is.
she's strong.
I could see where he'd feel more comfortable turning to his mom, especially considering the mom, like she's the head and the neck of that family right now.
Yeah.
She's running things. She's the momager. She's the reason why they're as successful as they are. But on the flip side, I do feel like he owes Bruce a certain sense of respect.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
I
he
think
is his
all of them
father.
do.
Yeah.
And, even Chloe, what was it, in season 2, she was going to ask Rob to walk her down the aisle.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think everybody, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just, yes, Bruce is there. Bruce is a father figure, but sometimes you just, sometimes I guess you forget he's there. And
Which is so weird, I feel like he keeps them all the most grounded of everybody, and and Chloe was the only one too, because there was that episode I thought that you were gonna say. Chloe had to remind Kris that she had no photos of Bruce in the house.
Right.
Too.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
yeah.
I think there's a lot that we don't see, and I think that even though we see that clearly they're a family that's very close, there are certain values that are missing when they are discussing respect and affection and appreciation, and for some reason he's just, I don't know, maybe because it has nothing to do with money. I don't know.
Well, speaking of missing values, that brings me to Kris. Kris, we know that she manages everybody's career. She's responsible.
And everybody else's.
And I mean, just everybody. And so we see Kris in this episode really like they're sitting down trying to have a family dinner, which I think is great that we see that. Hopefully that's just not for television's sake. I hope that they really do that. But, we see them sitting down, and Kris is, she's got the phone. She's on the BlackBerry. She's got a BlackBerry and she's got an iPhone. She's nonstop.
If
And
I
it
can
was
just
so rude,
interject,
of course.
Kendall and Kylie made a comment that their mom used to cook dinner every single night for them. And
Yeah.
I remember season 1 and 2, she would cook dinner all the time. I'm like, wow, this woman. I mean, she's super mom.
Yeah.
You know, she's so business savvy, and she's like the mom's mom. She cooks, and it's like, wow, she really has it all, and she has that balance. And now, you know, the little girls complain like, our mom used to cook dinner for us. Now she's taking meetings with Babyface or whatever at 8 o'clock at night. It's like, okay, slow your roll, please.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, I think like.
And
oh, sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
And I just feel like, you know, no one can say anything to her. Like Bruce is like, well, don't be home too late. She's like, well, I'll be as late as I need to be. It's like, okay, seriously, chill out, woman. You know. So
She has like a way of, I think, trying to balance everything, because she's been a mom for longer than most moms have. You know what I mean? She has grown children, and she has children that are still in high school. So I think there's a part of her that kind of wants to be the empty nester and do stuff for herself. But doing stuff for herself is being that workaholic, because she always was the stay-at-home mom, I think. But then I also think it's a little weird, because even though she, you know, isn't necessarily having family time, all of her businesses do revolve around her family. And what I thought was like the most interesting is
they take her away from her family too.
Right. But one thing that I thought was the most interesting is the fact that she's handling a lot of Kim's attorney issues. Like, she was like, Kim, like, sign this. This is for the attorneys. This is for the attorneys, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, hold on, this is your daughter's divorce here, and you're like handling all the paperwork. Like, at what point is she supposed to step away? And at what point is she the man? Like,
well,
it
we can
all
tell by
in there.
Kris reads between the lines. I don't think Kim's gonna be like, I don't know. You know, I mean, it's her mom. It's her momager. It's a fine line. You know. I think it's better in Kris's hands.
I don't know. I think this episode showed a different side of her, you know, because she's in the car, she's got road rage, she's swearing, she forgot about a promise that she made to one of her younger daughters about getting rims on her car. And I'm going to interject for 2 seconds. Speaking of rims, I wonder if you can buy rims on Amazon.com. Do you think you can get rims? What do y'all think? What is so funny?
I bet you can.
Oh my God. Well,
I bet you can.
I just want to share with you, AfterBuzzers, a special Amazon program we've got going on here. All we're asking you to do, so any purchase that you would normally make on Amazon.com, what we're asking you to do is go onto AfterBuzzTV.com and you click on the Amazon affiliate banner. God, I can't talk today.
It's the wig, I'm telling you.
Wig.
and
we're asking that you make your purchases that way. And what happens is, AfterBuzz, we get a little kickback from that, and it's so helpful because it keeps us here. It keeps us able to bring you lots of fantastic new shows, keeps the lights on, keeps us in wigs and hair and makeup. So get your rims on Amazon.com via AfterBuzz TV. All right, so back to Kris.
Do you think that was real?
What?
The road rage and the car thing? Because for me, I'm like, what? Like, she's like, oh, I'm not a patient person. But Kris seems like a very patient person who's like a get her done kind of a thing. But like, I just felt like it was complete product placement in that scenario. Because if anything, I feel like Scott would be the one with the road rage, not Kris.
You bring up a really good point. And the reason why I think it's a great point is because she's behind the show. She's executive producer. She knows what it is to make good TV. They're trying to stay relevant. You know, they're trying to keep things going. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a little bit exaggerated.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? She is patient when it comes to signing a deal and making that money, but she's only human.
Make that paper.
She is impatient, and she throws attitude to her daughters, to her husband. So it's not like, oh my God, where is this road rage coming from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think it was. I think it was genuine road rage.
So what do we
And
think?
Kendall just got a car, right?
What, like a Range Rover?
She got a Range Rover for her 16th birthday.
Casual.
But her mom
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah, it doesn't everybody.
But her mom promised her black rims, and you know,
because the ones that came with the car just weren't good enough, were they?
No, it wasn't.
And what do we think about Kris like venturing into the whole world of music? I mean, she's talking about being a
manager. Well, she's already
a music management company with
she's
Babyface.
already managing that girl
The
group.
BG5.
Yeah, the BG5s.
But and also, I'm fairly certain, I don't know, might have to double check my facts here, but I'm pretty sure that Robert Kardashian had a record label.
Right, he did.
I think they had one together.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Husband,
she's new to the music thing, and she's definitely not new to the management thing.
Right.
So I think the collaboration would be that Babyface would handle the music and she would handle the management. But
side.
what time does she have for that? We already figured out that she doesn't have time for the BG5.
Right.
Well, because didn't Rob, at one point, Rob was also managing a girl group,
right.
right?
That
were
was the same one.
Right, okay.
Yeah, but they were like, "Ew, who are you, Rob? Seriously."
Right.
You know.
I don't see where this woman is going to find the time. If she's already waking up at 4 a.m, she's not cooking her family dinner anymore. She's sitting, she doesn't even have time to catch up with her friends, so
the facelift's going to reverse itself if she doesn't get any sleep.
It looks like it already is.
She doesn't even have time to read her memoir. I mean, right? There's no time, Kris. There's not enough hours in the day.
I'm sure she'll find her balance. She'll work it out.
They always do. I mean, she could stop working today and could still be fine for the rest of her life.
Absolutely, but she's not that type. She's like a type A, Funny enough, this past weekend we did the MTV Movie Awards gifting lounge thing, and I did it for ANTM, and actually one of the challenges, one of the models' favorite challenges was the Kris Kardashian challenge. I can't talk today. But long story short, Kris Kardashian, she was part of one of the challenges for ANTM, and funny enough, you're seeing her pop up like on TV, everywhere. Like doing these different little guest spots on all these things. So she was on ANTM. I believe she was also, God, what show was she on recently?
Kim Kardashian's doing that Drop Dead Diva or
yes,
whatever.
Kim is doing Drop Dead Diva.
And the Tyler Perry movie.
So she's popping up quite a bit doing little TV spots. So once again, she's spreading herself super, super thin. So it's like, where does it end?
As long as she gets to the appointments, if she has to start her day at 4:45.
She's a smart woman. I mean, listen, there's too much going on in this world for us to be worrying about Chris's well-being. You know what I mean? It's not like we're signed with her.
True. Or do we even sing? Like, do we want to? Okay, sorry.
No.
Moving.
If the Real Housewives can do it, anybody can do it.
Exactly. It's called auto-tune, people.
Well, that's what she was saying to Babyface. Can you auto-tune my whole life? Can you make me a record and just auto-tune? And he's like, yeah.
I mean,
I love how she has the 2 cell phones. Number one,
a BlackBerry
She's one of
and
those
an
people.
iPhone. Yeah.
She's one of those people with the 2 phones. And then also, I love how when they did eventually make her like put her cell phones away, Kendall and Kylie were still like texting at the table.
It's funny. I was just having this conversation with somebody today. This thing, and I'm holding up a BlackBerry. I'm holding up my iPhone just for all you people that are listening. But it's like totally like replaced human connection. It's replaced like people communicating with each other. It's just replaced like common decency in some aspects. And sometimes we just need to stop and just remember, like. What do we do without this before this existed?
I mean, the human interaction is just, it's on a whole different level now.
Right. And it's just disappointing.
Yeah.
A little bit of a, like, kind of off on a tangent, because I was having this debate with some friends today. So listeners, tweet us, let me know what you think. Text messaging.
Okay.
Is it the new love letter, or is it detracting from human connection?
Hell no.
Because I actually, crazy enough, I met a really, really great guy recently who, believe it or not, he's under 30 and he prefers talking over the phone versus text message.
Wow.
Which I was
keep him.
What?
Yeah, keep him.
And then Patty Stanger, Millionaire Matchmaker, she tweeted that she's starting to like texting because she feels like it's the modern day love letter. What do you guys think?
No. I'm a big believer in we should use texting as a means of communicating. Okay, I'm almost there. Where am I going? I'm running late.
Right, absolutely.
Or something funny and cute. But I think text messaging should not be used to communicate feelings, or you're in a fight, or you know what I mean? I had a couple situations recently where I was like back and forth on text with someone because they refused to call me and they refused to email, so it was just text. So I had to communicate a very sensitive situation via text message.
And then things get messed up, and then you're like, what?
Just things get lost in translation. You can't understand a person's tone in a text, and I don't think that it should replace it. No, it's not the modern day love letter.
Absolutely.
It's not. It's really
absolutely
not. But I think that's what it's becoming.
Yeah.
At the same time, I also think it's important that we teach people how to treat us.
Yeah.
So if you enter in a relationship with somebody and immediately you start using a text message to communicate like really important things or feelings, well then they're going to take your cue and there you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just...
Reggie Bush was actually on the Kelly Ripa show, like former fling of Kim Kardashian. And they were talking about,
and it is a coincidence that you happen to look just like her?
I mean, it's not like Reggie Bush and I are dating or anything, but call me maybe. No, it's funny because he he and Kelly were talking about sexting, and he was like, I mean, I do it, don't you? Like, everyone does. And then they were kind of
Sexting is cute.
Sexting is different.
It's
than
different.
texting.
When you already kind of built that foundation, it's different. But
Right.
you're not like, hey, I just, yesterday
I
was nice
just
meeting you,
met,
and I had a great time. It's like, call me.
She's like, well, you'd never break up with anyone over text message, would you? And he was like, no. Well, okay, maybe this one time.
Hell to the no.
Oh, yeah. And
There's that house in the know.
I'm pretty sure that happened on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He broke up with her via
So he didn't
text.
say who it was with, but
That's right.
Oh,
He
that's
did break
a
up with
good
her
one,
via
Jake.
text.
Good one. But I mean, I think, and it's interesting because you said that you met someone under 30 who prefers to,
under 25 even, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty rare. It really is, because now I just feel like everybody wants to use this. They want to hide behind it because it's easier. So someone who normally isn't confrontational and normally isn't like, a bold personality, they can become a completely different person.
Totally. I mean,
using a
I'm
text
cooler
message.
via text message, I'm not going to lie. But
I think it's scary. I think it's
Yeah.
scary. I think, I don't know, in about 10 years, what is this world going to come to? It's just,
I know.
there's just no
You're going to be able to go to a
interaction.
vending machine and pick your date, and you're going to be able to
Yeah.
pick, all the different attributes and characteristics.
There's not going to be
I
any
know.
more human.
or your baby, for that matter.
I know. It's crazy. Well, that's good tangent. Good
Little tangent.
No, it's a
but
good
it was all
one.
related. It was
Yeah.
all. We got back to Reggie and Kim.
Really
it's fine.
good one. And finally, let's talk about our friend Kim and her wigging it out.
Okay,
So-
I'm not gonna lie. When she was doing that little southern accent,
It
I
was
was
awful.
so
It's like, don't go into
embarrassed for
acting,
her.
honey.
I was like, knock it off right now. I'm gonna freaking puke. So gross.
To the no.
There's another one.
And I was just like, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch. I was cringing. It was cringing.
Well, you know what? We are going to talk about Kim's wigs and all that good stuff after a little commercial break.
Hey guys, so what do you get when 3 real single ladies are super fans of VH1 Single Ladies? Well, you get the after show on AfterBuzz TV. I'm Lauren Turner. I'm Spicy Mighty, bringing that fire. And I'm Fallon Mercedes. And we're single ladies, so make sure you watch us on AfterBuzz TV. We're all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
Hey guys, this is the AfterBuzz TV crew for The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Woo! Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 8 p.m. to see
Adrienne Barrow,
Diona Vaughan,
Susan Hahn,
Giselle Ugarte.
Buzz
you later!
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Was that you?
That was me. All right, guys, we are back. So let's
See, how would we ever do that via text?
Exactly. How would we do that? Well, it would be
Actually,
like
you would record it.
we would
and then send it as a text message.
we would pull a Siri after buzz. That's how we do it. Anyway,
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're asking.
I know. I love it. So wait, let's.
I do not see an AfterBuzz in your phone. Would you like me to look up a location for you?
Siri's on my nerves, though. I can't.
I'm not gonna lie.
Do you have
I don't
buzzers
even
out there?
have
Do you
Siri.
use Siri? Do you like Siri? We'd love to get your comments on Siri.
I don't even have
you know,
Siri.
But make some comments.
That
but anyway,
bitch could go to hell.
Siri, play Call Me Maybe.
I
Call
love
me,
that
maybe.
song. Isn't that the cutest song? Anyways.
Anyways.
we got to get back to Kim's
Okay,
wigs,
sorry.
y'all.
Yes. Oh.
So yes, the Southern accent.
And Gamefly, we definitely
yeah.
got to talk about our Gamefly. I was gonna text you, Deanna, to talk
gonna
about
text me?
Gamefly, but
I wasn't gonna
I want to use my
Text me, maybe?
personal.
You want to use
beautiful
personal
voice.
communication
Yes. I wanted you to
let
tell
me
it to
know
me.
about Gamefly. So let me tell it to you, Ronnie, and all you AfterBuzz fans about Gamefly.com. Now, if you know what Netflix is, all right, Gamefly is the Netflix for video games. So it's amazing. And you get a free 15-day trial. That's right, I said free 15-day trial if you check out Gamefly.com. Stop laughing at me, you guys. If you check out Gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV. So what you have to do, you have to put in a credit card or whatever, but if you decide, you change your mind after 15 days, on that 14th day, you just need to make sure you log back in and you just, take your card information out. But you get 15 days of free games. How
And
about
it's
that?
not just for nerds. You can always,
you.
turn it into a date night. night, turn it
Date night
into
with video games?
Yeah, you could do a little strip video games or some Dance Dance Revolution. Hey,
what?
Come on now.
I feel like everything comes down to stripping with this one.
No, but you know what? Actually, okay. I don't mean to get back to Reggie here, I swear, but he actually tweeted this really cute picture, and it was like, if a guy puts down his video game controller to text you back, keep him.
Oh, that's funny.
That's cute. That's cute. Yeah.
I like that.
I like that one.
Clearly, it's something that he is used to doing.
Yes, I like that one. That's cute.
All right, so back to
Kim's wigs. Her identity crisis.
What was your favorite wig out of all her looks?
I love when she scared the shit out of Mason, and he was like,
that was funny. Yeah,
she's like, it's Kiki, and he was like,
I liked the Poison Ivy wig. I did like the Poison Ivy wig. But what I thought was interesting is that she wore all these crazy wigs and whatever, but no one really noticed that, like, at one point she had her hair in a bun, and it was a lot smaller than her normal hair.
Oh yeah.
You know, she's rocking some pieces up in there.
Exactly.
Yes, she's rocking some pieces.
That's
Let's be real.
Not all.
That's all
yeah,
enhanced,
exactly.
honey.
Yeah,
all
that's
enhanced.
all you.
That's all you. But
That's
enhanced.
not. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, no.
Jessica
that's
Simpson
enhanced.
hair or whatever.
But I was actually happy for her because she's had a lot of, stress going on with the divorce and a lot of, issues. So I think this whole wigging out for her was just having some fun, not taking life too seriously, and it was just a moment for her. So I was happy to see that.
I'm not gonna lie, when I first tuned in, I had missed the first 5 minutes. I was like, what the F is this girl doing? And then when I had rewinded it and saw it from the beginning, it's like, okay, so Chloe was kind of like, you know what? Make a joke of it, you know, laugh at life a little bit.
Right.
So I was like, okay, so then I felt a little bit more empathy towards her. But in the beginning, I was like, what the hell is this girl doing?
I'm still like that.
Oh,
I was like, I don't feel bad for you. Like, I don't understand how this is changing anything. Because I'm sorry, but I feel like her wigging episode went longer than her marriage did. You know, like I don't feel bad for you. Like, if anything,
I feel like that required a sound effect back there.
No?
Yeah.
But it's true. Because the thing is like, Kim Kardashian in general, I think, takes life too seriously. And she's always, like, very, very serious. And so for her to do the wig out thing, like, all right, good for you. I think it's good, whatever. But I don't necessarily think it's therapeutic or her running away from her divorce. I think that's something that she needs to face head on. And she still hasn't, She's already having fun. And don't get me wrong. I have had friends that have gone through divorce, especially early on, where they realize they made a bad decision. I get it. They deserve to have some fun, and it shouldn't be too serious. Like, okay, the divorce isn't finalized, and she's running around Cannes and London with Kanye. But, like, I just think it was just silly. I think everyone
I have a question.
deserves to have fun, but...
Well, because it was such a short, relationship and marriage, does that allow her to maybe not even have to go there that emotionally? I mean, if this was a 10-year marriage or something, this thing was like within a year's time. I mean, maybe she was able to actually just get over it, or am I just crazy here?
I don't think she's over. I don't think it's the divorce or the relationship that's killing me.
It's public scrutiny.
Exactly, and she's on damage control. That's what's killing her.
Yeah, she's over.
She's
Chris.
been over Chris.
Chris isn't the issue. It's the public scrutiny and what it's doing to her reputation.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say is that, like, I don't think that she's in, like, such anguish and turmoil that she needs to have this wig to, like, lighten up the mood. It's like you were married for 72 days.
Right.
You're over it by now. Like, people have, relationships and marriage counseling longer than 72 days. So for her to blame that for why she decided to, like, wig out, I just think that's silly. Like, I don't feel bad for you.
Well, no,
have fun.
And by all means, I'm not saying
You're
I feel
allowed
sorry
to have fun
for her.
without
I
a
don't feel
reason.
sorry for her at all. I think that
Let's
she's
get that
just
clear.
showing people that she's human.
Right.
Which,
And she can have a moment and have fun and not take life too seriously.
Yeah.
So, well, on to news and gossip,
Wait,
ladies.
before we
we
go,
got something else?
Did you guys notice Rob's tattoo across his chest? I really want to rip his damn shirt off because I love tattoos and that is hot.
Oh, and wait,
like
and did you guys
touching
notice in the end how he had his hair, like the little,
Is he losing
Are you
a little?
losing your hair?
Is he receding a little bit, or was that just the
know.
lighting?
I don't know.
I found my first gray hair the other day.
Oh,
Stop the madness.
I know. Back to Rob. Sorry.
All right.
It's not all about me.
okay.
All right. So, are we ready for news and gossip?
Yes.
All right.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right. I feel like a true news reporter. Anyway, so
In that wig?
And then Nicki Minaj. weather.
In what district are you reporting the news?
I'm reporting from Detroit, and my name is LaQuisha. I'm sorry.
Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing the whole time. You were tripping up on yourself because you weren't in connect with your
I
alter
was
ego.
not, I know. I wasn't connecting with my alter ego. I wasn't
Yeah,
Diona.
I want to hear.
You
I
were
want to hear a
committed.
voice. Yeah,
You need to commit.
really. Yeah, read this whole news in a.
Okay, so I'm gonna read the news. Okay, this is the news and gossip for Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
So.
That is so wrong.
Okay,
Stay in character.
All right, I'm almost staying in character. So this is, I'm channeling Nicki Minaj. So Kim and Kanye, they were caught kissing in London, y'all. Okay, it was off the chain.
It was slobbery.
It was slobbery. Okay, next up, Kim. We kind of talked about it before, but Kim joins the show, Drop Dead Diva, and I think you already said something about her not being an actress, but now she's gonna be an actress. Okay, y'all have anything to say about that?
I mean, no.
She's getting paid for it.
Yeah,
I don't think she's
getting-
going for the Academy Award.
No.
I think she knows.
What? Okay, boo-boo. Let's move on. I heard that the Kardashian sisters, they were too busy to attend their stepbrother Brandon Jenner's wedding in Hawaii. They didn't go because they had some Sears meeting.
Really?
Sears, yes, girl.
Oh, that's a shame.
That is a damn shame because
shame.
everybody else went.
Yeah.
Were they for sure invited? Just wondering.
Ooh,
Yeah,
somebody is slinging some mud.
Brandon was on the last episode, the Ferrari.
Yeah, the Ferrari episode. Let's see. Next we have Ashton Kutcher. Y'all remember Ashton, right? We all remember Ashton. Well, apparently he's punking Drake and Kim Kardashian on Punk'd. It's a revival of the show Punk'd. And it's actually
I'll watch it for Drake.
It's actually on tonight
Yeah,
before
I
the
like
MTV Movie Awards.
Oh,
so,
nice.
I'm sure it'll be at a rerun. And then finally, Kim Ye. You get it? Kim Ye. Kim
Yay.
and Kanye. I'm kind of losing my alter ego voice.
Yeah.
You hear that? I can only talk like that for so long. Anyway, Kim Ye, they put their respective homes on the market. So
Coincidentally, but
wink,
no, they're
wink,
not.
wink.
I mean,
So
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are we thinking they're like searching for a home together?
Maybe. Is it just me?
I mean, they have lots of houses all over
But
the
is
world.
it just me, or does Kanye look like his breath stink?
What?
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Are you
like what? I didn't hear that.
She said he looks like his breath stinks. Where's that?
No,
Like
doesn't he kind of
He looks like he's got funk breath.
He had his mouth wired shut for a while.
I don't know.
Maybe-
Doesn't he
yeah.
kind of just have that, like, kind of...
Well, it
no?
looks like he's got something lodged in there.
Yeah, maybe that's
like
what it is,
Like nuts or something, or like
He had
shoe.
an
I don't
issue. He almost died.
He didn't almost die.
Yeah, he did. He got in a
He
really,
did.
really bad accident, and his
He did.
whole
His mouth.
Through
face
the
was
wire,
through the
yeah.
wire.
He almost
Oh,
died.
did he? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
He had
sorry,
a medical
Kanye.
condition.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You are such a jerk. Just kidding.
Sorry, Kanye. We're not
Sorry, I
making fun
know.
of you,
No,
just
I
in
love
case you ever want
Kanye.
to come on the show.
I do love... Yeah, okay, Kanye.
But I see what you're saying. The marble mouth.
I love Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we think that they're really like this?
Yeah.
Is the relationship legit?
Oh my God. Okay, so what we
You
talked
know?
about last week was is Beyonce giving her a backstage pass
Yes.
in Atlantic City?
Right.
Okay, what it... yes.
Well,
So
not a
apparently-
backstage pass, bringing her up on the stage.
Okay, and I don't think I don't think she brought her up on the stage, but I know Russell Simmons was tweeting all this stuff about Beyonce gave her access to whatever.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. MediaTakeout.com reported it. MediaTakeout.com. We are...
we need to fill in the listeners here. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So listeners.
I'm just sitting here like,
Here we go.
So Beyonce had her debut concert in AC last
Right.
week. Where she, her first concert
And it was
after
supposedly
the baby.
amazing.
Yeah, it was. It's Beyonce.
And the rumor is that Beyonce doesn't like Kim Kardashian, and the fact that she's now dating Kanye, that means that she's coming into the fold, and she doesn't like that. So the rumor was that she was going to like have patch things up with Kim, and she was going to have her on stage and give her access to her concert and all that kind of stuff. Now, back to what you were saying. I read in a blog how she gave her access, backstage, full access during her concert. And what happened is that Kim took a picture with a fan, and she strictly told her, forbade her from taking pictures or anything. And the picture like shows up all over the internet, just with her and the backup singer. So Beyonce didn't like that. B didn't like that.
And
Whatever.
rumor is that Gwyneth is not a big fan of Miss Kardashian.
Well, I wouldn't be
Most people
surprised
And,
because
and
Beyonce
Anna Wintour.
and
Anna
Gwyneth are
Wintour
friends. Yeah.
would not allow Kanye to bring Kim to the Met Gala.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
That was like the
I know the Met Ball for all you AfterBuzz fans. It's like the event, the big fashion event of the season in New York City.
It is like fashion Oscars.
And in case you guys don't know who Anna Wintour is, she was The Devil Wears Prada, basically.
Yeah, she's the editor-in-chief of Vogue, and she's the chairperson of the Met Gala.
However, they are giving Kanye a lot of props for Kim's, how do I say, her wardrobe. You know, they're basically saying that she went from...
She always does.
I
mean, she pays a lot of money to look that good.
Right. But now she's dressing real couture. Like, you know, I mean, she's always had a great stylist, but now she's definitely dressing a lot more couture, a lot more covered, a lot more reserved.
Well, you wonder why.
Because Kanye loves fashion,
Well,
you know?
not only that, but she's, you know, now she's hobnobbing with Kanye.
Yeah,
She's
well,
in a different circle of people, you know? So
Yes.
she's got to step up her game.
Yeah, she does.
A little inside scoop. Okay, well... Kim always has dressed really, really well. That was kind of where she got her in, was like organizing closets, selling stuff on eBay and couture, whatever. But definitely she has been given a lot more couture because people want her photographed in what they're wearing.
Right.
I have a little inside where one of my PR friends who represents a big designer, I can't say who or what PR firm or where, but they sent Kim wardrobe and they asked specifically for a 2, maybe a 4. They ended up calling back and asking for the 6. So,
I mean,
Kim,
might be pregnant. Is
No, what I'm saying is that Kim is always like, oh, I'm a size 2, I'm a size whatever, and it's
her
like embrace
fat
your
ass
curves.
is not a size 2.
Embrace
her
your
ass
curves.
is way too big to be a size 2.
I'm gonna just briefly get on another tangent. You know, just the whole size thing. I think as women, we all need to be supportive of, you know, of size, because body image is such a big, you know. But you know what? One person's 2 is another person's 4 is another person's 6. Because in my closet, I've got 2s, I've got 4s, I've got 6s.
Yeah.
You know
but
what
it's
I mean?
like embrace it. Don't lie
Exactly.
about it.
I
hate
agree.
when they
Embrace
say.
Well, I don't own a scale because I used to be really obsessed with how much I weighed, and I mean, I'm like, oh my god, if it was 2 pounds over what my goal weight was, I mean, I would starve. I would go run around the block, you know, in the middle of winter in New York City, and I was like, you know, that's unhealthy. Yeah. I don't own a scale. I just, when my jeans are a little tight, I'm like, okay, that's when I need to chill out on the desserts or whatever.
The cupcakes.
But yeah, but she's always like, I'm a size 2. I'm a size 2. Like, I'm not a big girl, but I'm not a size 2, and my ass is not even half as even close to her ass. There is no way, because that shit cuts off my circulation when I try to wear a size 2. So I'm just saying, keep it real, you know.
It's funny that she's someone who says like, oh, I love my curves, I love my body, but yet like she's always on the diet program and she's always trying to be smaller.
She reps the whole quick trim or whatever that stuff is called.
Right.
So.
And did you guys hear how Hollywood is turning against her?
I'm not surprised. She's in that battle with, you know, the Madman star. They've been back with John Hamm. Like, they've been back and forth.
It's just the whole marriage thing. I think people are like, you know, like that was real dirty. How you, because it
was the marriage thing worse than the sex tape thing?
No,
I mean, or she wasn't as famous then, right?
The sex tape launched her career.
Exactly.
Let's be real. The marriage thing gave everybody the bad taste.
I understand that, you know, in Hollywood, marriages don't last forever, but it's how she got married. She got married in front of the cameras, in front of how many millions of people, and
almost like she was playing us, the
it's
fans
like
or whatever.
marriage. You know what? I mean, gay couples can't get married, and you're making a mockery of having a wedding on television, and you're like, and then 72 days later, it's like, bye. Yeah. And it's like, and there's people out there that are really in love, and they can't get married. It's kind of like WTF, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree.
Just had to put that
wow.
It's a little bit like.
Hell to the no.
No, I agree with you. I agree. And I think it's only going to get worse for her, you know? So that being said, let's talk about some predictions.
When do we think we're going to start seeing Kanye?
Your AfterBuzz TV.
Well,
I'm so excited to see more of Courtney and Scott.
Yeah.
Scott's my favorite.
I love her new highlights in her hair.
I love them. I just think she's the most real out of all of them. I really feel that way.
I love Chloe
you know?
too, and I
like Chloe too,
Chloe.
but I just feel like on camera, I feel like Courtney just really keeps it real. I feel like she really doesn't want to be there, but she's there because she has to be. So she's kind of doing it on her terms.
Oldest one, right?
Yeah. She's
so
the
I mean, the
one.
maturity is probably what you see with her too, right?
Yeah, and she's the mom of one with another on the way. Yeah. So she's, you know, she's a real family woman. Like I loved it. There was some point in the episode where she said, "I have to go."
Yeah,
she's like, "I have to go. I have to go spend time with my family."
Right.
Like that was nice.
And
to hear that.
Calabasas is like so homey for
right.
I think that's the difference between a lot of them too, is that, you know, Kris and Kim are constantly thinking work, 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 work. Whereas, for example, Chloe and Lamar put their show on hold so that they could work on their marriage and their priorities and their emotions. And then, you know, Courtney, she's not getting married, but she has her own thing going. She has her own values. She has her own opinions. She has her own family, and she's doing that. And maybe their careers aren't as huge, but they seem a lot happier and put together.
I know. Yeah, they really do. Well, looks like we're going to see a lot more of them next week. And
thanks for having me, guys.
Of course. We're glad you were able to join us.
Love her.
Thanks so
Giselle.
much for tuning in, you guys. Hope you like the wigs.
Tune in tomorrow and watch us as we recap the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Can I say that just watching the episode with you guys, because usually I hadn't got a chance to watch, but man, you guys are like the doctors of this Kardashian. You guys know everything about every.
Breaking it down.
Well, I was like,
That's why we do this show.
I was like, which sister is that? You knew how old she was, what grade she was in. I mean, this is like the ultimate.
We gotta know what we're preaching, you know what I mean? You gotta know your audience.
And the fact that you wore the wigs, I mean, that made it a little more. I got to see Diona Minaj.
And actually, we do role play.
Diona Minaj.
Good stuff, ladies. We appreciate it.
And
Thanks so much.
I kept saying I'm a Russian spy. Do I look Russian?
Russian
I
Chinese.
got that from Kim, because Kim was like, I'm a Russian spy.
There's Chinese people in Russia, you know.
Well, I'm not even Chinese.
Oh, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know, girl.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.